Hello and September greetings from the road trip. This is going to be a super quick vlog update because we are just about to head back on the road this morning. And yeah, it's really, really beautiful out here, as you can see. And it's been quite a long time since I've managed to spend any appreciable amount of time in trees. And it's amazing. You can hear the birds singing and all of that. So I am just totally blissed out right now and looking forward to seeing where the day takes us. But I guess in terms of my ongoing vlog update, I mean it's I don't want to say much of a muchness since last time, but really progress has continued. And one exciting thing actually that happened in the last month was for last week's vocal cover. I did basically my biggest vocal range span in a single song ever. So I went from C sharp 3 to A5 all in the one song, which is a really big first for me. And I basically cycled through different registers and was on pitch mostly when it mattered, but I certainly was pretty pitchy to through a lot of it. But I'm pretty happy overall with the progress and the fact that I was able to do that, to even attempt something like that. Like, that's nearly 3 octaves of vocal range that I managed to attempt in a single song, and I'm reasonably happy with the progress. It's not like I was working on it for a super long time. It only came out last month. That song called Shadow You by Alias Sophia Vivare, the J Subs. It's like a big international collab from what I understand. And it's a really cool song. So if you haven't heard it, even if you don't want to hear my tenuous warblings kind of butchering it, definitely look up the original. It just came out, like I said, last month. It's a really cool song. Definitely one of my favorite Australian artist releases of the past year as well. And I'm so heartened by the kind feedback that people gave, and definitely wasn't perfect, but people were really nice, and yeah, and it also gave me a good snapshot of where I am vocally. It actually managed to skip over most of my most comfortable range as well in that song, which was kind of, I didn't realize that until the end, until the recording, and then I was like, so it has me at my lowest possible end, and then also my highest that I've ever gone. But and it's got a lot of head voice and falsetto kind of blended voice up there, and the upper ranges that I've never really liked to sing up there. And it basically, there's very, very little of my sort of chest voice, true voice, sort of just most comfortable singing range in that song. So it definitely was putting me out of my comfort zone, quite literally. But yeah, very fun times, and of course I'll continue with the vocal covers. I don't know where I'm gonna what I'm gonna do next. Actually, I haven't really thought about what songs I'm gonna do for this week, so I should probably get on that. But yeah, in terms of the album progress as well, that is continuing. I've got a number of producers who are going to help me on different tracks, which is very exciting. I'm really stoked to be working with people, and yeah, very, very, I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of ground being broken with all of this, and this is a perfect place to sort of think about that, I think, with these beautiful trees swaying behind me and the leaves and the birds and all of that. Definitely a time for contemplation for me and figuring out not necessarily next steps, because I know where I want to go, but maybe what I need to focus on more is the just being while I am on the path there, right? So being here and now, instead of thinking about what the next goal is. Am I tracking against this milestone? Is this deliverable that I've set for myself? On target and all of that stuff, which is all just stuff that I fabricate for myself, right? We all do this. And I always try to enjoy the journey as well, as but sometimes maybe I use it as a little bit of a sort of comfort blanket. If I'm feeling, I guess, like I need some comfort for whatever reason, I can be like, oh, well, this project is tracking really well in this way, and I've got this next thing to do. That makes me feel better. And you know, I guess in a way that makes it a crutch, right? So maybe I don't need to do that quite so much and just be happy with wherever things are and just be in that space. I don't know. But that's where my brain is at the moment. Like I said, this is going to be a nice, super short one. Probably uploaded on the final day of September, so I'm kind of get close here, right? Again, those imaginary goals, right? I set myself the goal of doing a vlog update each month. Why? Because I wanted to, I guess. But do I want to? I don't know. I guess I'm doing it, so I must, right? That's kind of how we talk to ourselves, hey. But anyway, I will continue plugging along and continue the little game that I have always been playing with myself in one way or another, as we all do. And I will see you, presumably, in the next one, which is probably going to be in October sometime. But I guess we'll see. Until then.